Hello, my yogi friends. This is Lesley, Fightmaster, and today's class is headstands. So we'll practice some headstands today. I also just want to remind you that I am leading a yoga retreat in Maui this May 20th to the 26th, 2014. And we have a couple of spots left. I would love for you to come. It's for ladies only this time, but if you want some more information, just message me. So today's class, as I mentioned, is headstands. All this month of April, we'll be doing some inversions. So as you're here in child's pose, begin just lengthening your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Take your awareness to your shoulders, let them soften. And inhale, extend the arms out. As you exhale, clasp your hands at your low back. Swing them around. If you can't clasp, hook your thumbs. Inhale here. As you exhale, begin to reach your arms up toward the ceiling. It's to start to get some movement in the shoulders. Take one more breath. Exhale, bring your hands back to your low back. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and in front of you. And exhale here. Keeping the arms extended once again, sweep the arms out, around, and behind you, clasping at the low back with the other pinky on top or the other thumb. Breath in. On your exhale, reach your arms up again toward the ceiling. So lengthening out the arms, opening up the shoulders. Be sure that your elbow joints aren't locked here. Sometimes there's a tendency for that. Release the hands back down. Sweep the arms out, around, in front of you, and make your way into hands and knees table. Inhale, reach your right leg back, extend your left arm forward and stretch out. Keep your belly lifted and your ribs in. So finding a nice spot to focus on to help with your balance, and release. Left leg back, inhale. And exhale, right arm forward, stretching out, keeping the belly lifted as you extend. Point the left toes straight to the floor. So you're trying to keep your hips level. Release back to table. Inhale again, your right leg back. Extend your left arm forward. Again, keeping the hips level. This time as you exhale, bring your knee in, bring your elbow in, round your back. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, draw everything in like a little ball. Pull your belly in strongly. Inhale to extend. Exhale, draw everything in. Keep the belly lifted, the ribs pulling in, head to knee. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, set it all back down to table. The left side, lift your left leg back and up, pointing the toes down, nice level hips. Exhale, arm forward. Breath in, stretch out. On your exhale, round everything in into a little ball, knee and elbow toward the center. Inhale to extend out. Exhale, draw it and pull your ribs and belly in and up. Let your head hang down a moment. Inhale, stretch out and lengthen. Exhale, pull everything in. So we're warming up the belly muscles here, getting those ready for inversions. Inhale to extend, and exhale, release table. From here, slide your right arm underneath your left arm. So you come onto your right shoulder. Reach your left arm up, either rest at the low back or reach around and grab your right thigh. Pull your left hip back. You can stay right here, rolling the left shoulder open, or extend the left leg back, tucking the toes under with the foot on the floor, or you may lift the leg off the floor. Being mindful, if you lift the leg off the floor, it's easy to roll right over onto your back. So squeeze the left hip in to help balance. Release it back to center. And now left arm under the right. So come onto your left shoulder, lift your right arm up, take it to the low back or reach around, hooking the left thigh. Pull your right hip back to level off your hips here. If you like, you can extend the right leg back. You don't have to, it's just an option. And keeping the foot on the floor or lifting it up. So whichever variation you choose, the shoulder that's facing the ceiling, the top shoulder, keep rolling that one back. Slowly release, come back through center, back to table. And then stretch your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. And just keep in mind, anytime you want to take a little break in child's pose, it's always your choice. Make your way up to your knees, press up and back for down dog. And for this first one, just bend one knee and the other, bicycling your legs. It's warming up the hamstrings. As you come into probably what is your first down dog of the day, make sure your arms are shoulders distance apart and feet are hips width. Press back, lengthen your spine, gaze between the knees or the feet, ears in line with the arms. Lift up through your low belly and pull your ribs in, and just lengthen out your spine. Down dog is a wonderful way to decompress the vertebra. Look to your hands, bend the knees, and step or hop your feet forward. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, root through the feet, rise all the way up, Utthita Hastasana, and exhale, hands to heart. So this is Surya Namaskara C. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward, let your head just hang. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step your left foot back, take your left knee down. If you need to pad up the knee, fold your mat over or put a blanket. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink your hips, but keep your knee over your ankle. On your next exhale, bring your hands down, step to plank. And for this first one, take the knees to the floor, shift forward about an inch, slowly lower to your belly. Try to have everything touch down at once. Inhale for cobra on the tops of your feet. And as you exhale, come back to the knees, tuck the toes, lift up and back into down dog. On your inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, step it all the way up by the right hand. Take your left knee to the floor. Inhale for low lunge. So lift up, sink the hips forward. Make sure the right knee stays over the ankle. Draw your belly in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot all the way up to meet the right. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press down through the feet, rising up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step your left foot back. Take your left knee to the floor, right knee still over ankle. Inhale, reach up, sink your hips forward. Keep the knee over the ankle even as you sink the hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands back down, tuck the back toes, come to plank. Shift forward about an inch lower all the way down. You can take your knees down first if you like. Inhale, cobra. Make sure to press all your toes down, even your little pinky toes. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, swing it all the way up by the left hand. Big step. Take the right knee down. Rise up into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Sink the hips forward, keep the belly pulling in and up as you pull the left hip back. Exhale the hands down, step your right foot all the way up to meet the left. Inhale, create a flat back. Exhale, fold forward, hips right over the heels. Inhale, press down, rise all the way up, look up, lengthen up. Exhale, bring the hands back to your heart. Again, we'll inhale, lift up with the arms. Exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, look up, lengthen. As you exhale, we'll step or jump back to chaturanga. Knees can be up or down. Inhale into up dog. If you're in up dog, thighs and knees off the floor, but you can always stay with cobra. Exhale, stretch back to down dog. On the inhale, float your right leg back and up. As you exhale, bring knee to nose, rock yourself to a push-up position. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, draw your knee in toward your chest and round your upper back. Inhale, lift the leg up and back, keep the hips level. Exhale, one more time, draw it in. Look up at the hand, step it all the way up by your right hand, spin your back heel flat and warrior two. So make sure again the knee is over the ankle and gaze over your fingertips. Knee should be right in line with your second toe. Your front heel lines up with your back arch. Press weight into the front heel. Press weight into the outer edge of the back foot. Drop your left arm reverse. Exhale, rebend into the right knee, stretching the side of your body. Inhale, back up. And exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, bring your right shoulder down towards your right knee into humble warrior. You can rest your shoulder on your knee. It can move toward your knee, or it might move slightly toward the inside. Keep weight through the back leg. Inhale, and bring your hands down. Step to plank and lower down. Next, inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale, make your way into downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg back and up. Exhale, knee toward the nose, rock it forward, push up position. Inhale, lift up through the leg, nice level hips. Exhale, draw the knee in, round your back a little, pull your belly in, pull your ribs in. Shoulders right over wrists. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, and draw it in one more time, as tightly as you can. Look up to the hand. And step it all the way by your left hand, right in the middle of the hands actually. Inhale, come up into warrior two. Exhale, sink in, find your pose. Make sure your knee's over the ankle. Your back thigh is pressing straight back. Your inner thigh spinning up toward the ceiling as you lift your belly in and up. Very important to make sure the knee stays over the ankle and right in line with your second toe. And reverse your warrior on the inhale. Exhale, rebend into the left knee. It's this nice side stretch. Inhale to come up. Exhale, clasp your hands, other pinky on top, or you can hook the thumbs, other thumb. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, taking your left shoulder down toward the left knee. So again, it can rest on the knee. It can move toward the knee, or maybe toward the inside of the knee. Be sure to keep weight through the back leg. Inhale. Release your hands on either side of your front foot. Step back, chaturanga. On your inhale, come into upward facing dog. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Stretching back, pull your ribs and belly in and up. Take a little break if you want one. You can always push the pause button. Take a child's pose, rest, and then when you're feeling ready, come back to the practice. Keep your breath nice and steady. Inhale, float your right leg up again. Exhale, and step it through between the hands. Inhale, come into warrior two once again. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse your warrior right away. Exhale, bend the right knee. Keep reversing. Inhale, straighten your right leg, reverse triangle, and come all the way up with the arms to a T. Shift your hips back, reach forward with your right hand, and take it to the shin, foot, or floor. So you may find you want to shorten the stance here with your legs. On your inhale, reach your left arm forward in line with your ear. Exhale, take it behind your back. So you can rest it at your low back, or you may be able to reach around and hook your right thigh. Either way, roll your top shoulder back. So again, squeezing the shoulder blades toward each other slightly. And look down at the floor. Inhale, make your way up. Exhale to warrior two. Now, take your hands behind you. Either press your palms together. If that doesn't work, press your fists together. Lean forward over your right thigh, and you can take the elbow to the thigh or toward the thigh, or maybe put it in front of the thigh. It's a pretty big opening in front of the thigh. With your top shoulder, again, roll it back, widening through the collarbones. Draw your shoulder blades in toward each other and down towards your waist. Good. Inhale to come up. Exhale back to warrior two. And breath in, exhale, step back to plank and lower down. Inhale into up dog, moving through your vinyasa. Exhale, stretch back into downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg back and up. Exhale, swing it through right in between the hands, back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two, lined up front heel and back arch. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reverse triangle, nice big stretch to the side. Exhale. On your next inhale, come up, set up for triangle. Shift your hips back and lean forward, taking your left hand down to the shin, foot, or floor. Reach your right arm up. Also, if you have a yoga block, you can always use a yoga block in triangle pose. Inhale, reach your right arm forward in line with your ear. Exhale, release your right arm and take it behind your back. So again, either resting at the low back or reach around. You might be able to hook your left thigh. Either way, roll your right shoulder back as if you could almost turn your whole chest open toward the ceiling and squeezing the shoulder blades slightly toward each other. Look down at your foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the knee over the ankle. Now take your hands behind you. Either press the fists or palms together. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lean forward. Take your left elbow toward the knee, behind the leg, or in front. If it comes in front, again, it is a pretty strong pose. As best you can, roll your top shoulder back, widening your collarbones. Look up toward the ceiling if it's okay on your back. Look down at the floor. Inhale to come up. Exhale, release the arms. Breath in. Exhale, windmill your arms down. Step back to plank and lower. Inhale, roll the shoulder heads back in your up dog or cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Come back to your steady breathing. In and out through the nose. On your next exhale, begin to walk your hands back towards your feet and grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold forward. So bend the knees if you need to. And shift your hips slightly forward so you don't have all the weight in your heels. Let your head just hang down. Just gazing off the tip of your nose or look toward your knees. Inhale, make a flat back. And as you exhale, we'll come into Utkatasana chair pose. So sit your hips back, reach your arms up, lift your belly. As you exhale, fold forward with bent knees. Please brush the fingertips to the floor if you can. Clasp your hands behind you. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, begin to fold forward and reach your arms overhead and see if you can get a nice stretch in the shoulders again. As you inhale, we'll begin to bend the knees, get your belly right onto your thighs if possible. Sweep the arms down and reach up back into chair pose. Breath in here. Exhale, begin to fold again. Belly right on thighs. Sweep the fingertips down. Clasp your hands behind you. Other pinky on top or other thumb if you're hooking thumbs. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and fold. So you keep your belly connected to your thighs for as long as you can. Let your crown of the head reach down. Shift your hips a little bit forward over the heels. Reach your arms up and over any amount. Inhale, look up. Start to bend the knees, belly to thighs, and then walk yourself back out into downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. And exhale, step it all the way up between the hands. Inhale, back into warrior two. Now, this time, take your feet to parallel. Reach your right arm straight up. Bend your elbow. Take your right hand toward your upper back. Reach your left arm out, thumb facing down. Take your left hand behind. So if you can't reach your hands, it's not so easy, you can hold on to your shirt. If you're close, take your right hand to the bottom of your left elbow. Maybe scooch it up a little bit and see if maybe you can hold. Inhale here. As you exhale, fold into Prasarita Padottanasana with Gomukhasana arms. So it's a nice shoulder opener again. Try to lift up your left shoulder and kind of try to lift it away from the floor to broaden your collarbones. And keep spinning your right tricep in toward your ear. Inhale, come up, the right arm straight up toward the ceiling and turn toward the front, taking your feet and lining up your front heel and your back heel. Inhale, arms to a T. Press your fists or palms together. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, and fold forward toward Parsvottanasana, gazing toward your big toe. Pull your right hip back. And even here, see if you can lift the shoulder heads up slightly without lifting the elbows to widen across your collarbones. Inhale, look up, take your hands down and move through your vinyasa. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale to float your left leg back and up. Exhale, swing it through between the hands. Inhale, warrior two for a moment. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Take your feet to parallel. And now left arm straight up. And bring your right arm out to the side. Take it behind you. You can also take your right arm up to the top of your left elbow. and see if you can take it a little deeper that way. Keep reaching your left elbow straight up to the ceiling as you roll your right shoulder back. Folding forward, hips right over the heels. And again, keep widening across your collarbones as you slightly squeeze your shoulder blades in toward each other. If you can't clasp hands, you can also use a towel or a strap or just hold on to your shirt. Doesn't matter. Anything you can reach. Inhale, make your way up with a flat back. Turn, squaring up the hips toward the wall that's in front of you. Left heel in line with the right heel. Make sure your right toes face the right corner of the mat. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, press your palms together. If that doesn't work, press the fists and fold over your straight left leg. Keep pulling the left hip back, making sure you're not locking out the knee joint. Gaze towards your big toe on the left foot and press down into the base of your big toe. Lift the shoulder heads any amount, but try not to lift the elbows when you do. It's a little challenging. Release the hands down. Step back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press to the hands and feet. Open the front of your body. Exhale, stretch back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Arms in line with the ears. Gaze between your knees or feet. Stretch out your spine. Look up, bend the knees. Step or jump feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Take your feet a little bit apart, bend the knees, and cross your left knee on top of your right knee. Then arms to a T, cross your right arm on top of your left arm. So either palms touch, backs of the hands touch, or you can hold on and give your shoulders a hug. Inhale here. Exhale, either stay or fold over your front leg. Inhale to come up, shoulders moving down towards your waist, shoulder blades. Exhale, fold over the leg. Keep your belly lifting. Inhale, coming back up, find one spot to focus on to help with your balance. Now, uncross your top leg, step it back, and find crescent pose with your arms still entwined. Inhale. As you exhale, lean back slightly. Keep pulling your belly in, get a nice opening through the chest. Inhale back through. Undo your arms, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Bring your left elbow across and twist. Press your palms right in toward the center of your chest. Rolling your top shoulder back. You can stay with this, or you can also take your left hand to the pinky toe side of the foot, reach up through the right arm. It's a bigger twist, so whatever works better. Unwind your twist. Reach your arms up again. Bring them out to a T, crossing right arm on top of left. Find your spot to focus on. Bring your left leg forward, cross it on top of the right once, or wrap it around the bottom part of the leg like half. And slowly release. Other side. Garudasana pose, eagle pose. Bend the knees. This time we'll cross the left leg on top of the right, right leg on top of left, and left on top of right with the arms. So any variation with the arms that works for you. When you cross the leg, you can cross it over once. If it will hook around your calf, hook it around. Either stay right where you are or exhale, fold over your leg. Inhale, slowly coming up. Exhale, and either stay or again fold over the leg, using belly muscles to keep control. Inhale, make your way back up. Exhale. Uncross your top leg, step it back. The left leg is in front into crescent pose. Inhale. As you exhale, leaning back, a little back bend, pull your belly in and up. Keep the belly muscles really strong here. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross the arms, reaching up and lengthening out. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your right elbow across for your twist. So pressing the palms in toward the center of your chest, or if you'd like, you can take your right hand down to the pinky toe side of your left foot. Reach up through your left arm for a deeper twist. Keep pulling the left hip back, squeezing in toward center. Look down. Inhale, make your way all the way back up. And left arm on top of right. And swing the right leg forward, wrap it around the left once or twice, back to Garudasana Eagle. And then we'll slowly release. A lot of shoulder opening to prepare for our headstands. Inhale, reach up through your arms. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg back and up. Exhale, bring it through. By the right hand, rise up into high lunge, into crescent pose. Make sure your knee is over your ankle and pull your right hip back. Lift your back inner thigh toward the ceiling. Now, simply bend your elbows and reach your palms to touch your upper back, spinning your triceps in toward each other, lifting your elbows straight up toward the ceiling. This will be similar to the way we want our arms in our headstand. Now, taking your right hand to the low back, keep the left arm lifted. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left hand down inside or outside of the foot and twist for Pavrita Trikonasana, twisting triangle pose. If you can't reach the floor, use a block. If you don't have a block, put your left hand on your shin. Keep pulling back with your left hip. Look down to the floor, unwind, and step back. As you lift your leg back and up, come onto your forearms for three-legged dolphin pose. So as you press down, lift the shoulders. Then release the leg into regular dolphin. Keep pulling in the ribs, pulling in the belly. And keep rolling your outer upper arms, the triceps back toward the wall that's behind you. Step back about a foot. On your inhale, lower your hips down so you're in dolphin planks. So the hips should be about in the same line as your shoulders, but keep lifting your belly and lifting the backs of the knees up. Walk yourself back in, lift back into dolphin, press down into the hands, lift the forearms off the floor. It's a little tricky. You might need to practice a couple of times for that one, but make your way back to down dog any way you can. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, bring it through by the left hand. Stand the ball of your back foot, rising up, crescent pose, high lunge. Reach up through the arms. Draw the belly in, drop the tailbone down. Exhale. Again, just bend your elbows and reach your hands towards your upper back, maybe inching them down towards your lower back, any amount, but spinning your triceps in toward your face and lifting your elbows straight up. This is the same position your arms will be in triangle. Straighten the front leg, walk your back foot in about half a foot, take it flat. Reach your right arm up, left hand to low back. As you exhale, reach forward. Take your right hand down inside or outside of the foot or to the shin. Make your twist. So turning the chest, the rib cage, and then finally lifting up with the left arm as you pull your left hip back. So twisting here. Everything above the waist is twisting. Look at the floor, take your left hand back down, take a little bend in the left knee, float the left leg up and come down onto your forearms. So you're in a three-legged dolphin pose with the left leg up, spinning the left inner thigh toward the ceiling and keeping level hips. As you press into the forearms, lift the shoulders up. So release the left leg down. Make sure your elbows don't go wider than your shoulders here, same as when we get to our headstands. Draw the ribs and belly in and up, pressing your chest back toward your thighs and lifting the shoulders up away from the ears. Take a step toward the back of your mat. Drop your hips in the same line as the shoulders. So dolphin plank is important to do before we come up to a headstand. Then roll to the right forearm, lift the left arm up, side dolphin plank, and use your belly muscles here. We got to have the belly muscles ready for the headstand. Come back to center, come to the left forearm, lift your right arm up, keep reaching the tailbone toward the heels and pulling your belly in and up. Squeeze the legs. Look down, take your forearms back down and take them parallel to each other. Lift back into dolphin. And again, we're going to press, or actually I think this time we're just going to come into down dog. Or I'm sorry, into child's pose. So make your way into child's pose. So it's very important to get the shoulders prepared for a headstand, but equally as important to do abdominal work so that you have your belly ready. Now I'm going to show you the proper way for your shoulders to be once you're upside down. So a little close up. Clasp your hands. With your pinky, your bottom pinky, tuck it under so it doesn't get squished. Take the very crown of your head down. Make sure your elbows don't go wider than the shoulders. There's a tendency for them to go out. Put them right under the shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. So we're in dolphin, but the head's on the floor. Now notice how I just lifted my shoulders and my shoulders lifted away from the floor. Now I'm just letting them hang down. So that's what we don't want. What we do want is press in the forearms, lift the shoulders. That's what we don't want. And this is what we do want. Lift up. And you can lift up so much that the head could just come right off the floor. So you're using those shoulder muscles and pressing into the forearms to get that lift. So come on down and now to the wall. So we're going to clasp the hands all the way up to the webbing. Make sure on the crown of the head. So if you stick your fingers in your ears and touch your fingers at the top of your head, that's the crown. That's what we want down. Raise our edge of the forearms down on the floor, tucking the toes, lift up into dolphin with the head on the floor. Then bend one knee, lift it up toward to the wall. So if you can touch it onto the wall, then the other leg will start to come up. You can rest both legs on the wall or heels. Squeeze your inner thighs. Pull your belly in. Reach your tailbone up towards your heels. Make sure your low back isn't overarching and lift the shoulders up away from the floor. Make sure the elbows stay right under the shoulders and they don't splay out. Coming down, bend the knee. Take one foot down, take the other foot down, and then immediately rest in child's pose. I take a couple breaths here. Okay, now, if you've got that first one's pretty easy for you. Tuck the toes, lift the knees again. This time, bring both knees up at the same time, so more belly muscle. Then point the knees right up to the ceiling, and then start to straighten the legs. I was a little close to the wall for this, but when you point the knees up to the ceiling, they should point straight up with your heels touching toward your buns. Lift up again. Tailbone lifting up toward the heels, shoulders lifting away from the floor as you press into the forearms. Slowly bend the knees. We'll come down the way we came up. So heels toward buns, then bring your knees in and slowly lower it down. A lot of belly muscle when you're ready for that one. So the way I learned headstand without the wall is I kept moving away from the wall little by little until I was able to do it without touching the wall. And then I turned around and did it without the wall. And it was a little scary. One more variation. Crown of the head on the floor. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up. Now, walk your feet as far forward as you can. Notice how the hips go past the shoulders. And then as you inhale, your legs will just float up. It doesn't take much belly muscle to get the legs to come up. It will, though, when we're ready to come back down. Same rules apply. Press into the forearms, lift the shoulders up, pull your ribs in, pull your belly in, reach your tailbone towards your heels. For a little belly muscle work, shift your hips past your shoulders and start to come down into a pike position. Pull your belly in strongly, like crazy, really lift it in and up. Inhale, legs all the way back up to center. Exhale, shift the hips past the shoulders, slowly lower down as slowly as you can, and take your feet as close to your head as you can, and then make your way back into child's pose. So if you're not ready for those more advanced variations, just stick with the first variation and do that a couple of times instead. And then as you continue practicing, you'll be able to work on the other variations. Reach your arms forward from child's pose and take a down dog. So this is important to release the head and neck. So lightly nod your head yes and shake your head no. Nodding yes, shaking no. So probably the first time you do this video, you'll have to watch some things. Take a vinyasa, inhale up dog, exhale back to down dog. And then after you've done the video a couple of times, you won't need to watch anymore. Step or jump through and sit. And lie back. We'll take bridge pose. Bend the knees. Take your feet hips width apart. Outer edges of your feet parallel. Inhale, lift into bridge. Roll your shoulders under. Clasp your hands. Spiral your thighs in toward each other. And keep reaching your tailbone toward the backs of your knees as you breathe into the chest. Keep the chin away from the chest to lengthen out the neck. Exhale, lower down slowly. Rest a moment. And again, we'll take the feet hips width apart, outer edges of the feet parallel, arms by your sides, lift into bridge. Roll the shoulders under, spiral your thighs in toward each other like you were holding a block lightly. Keep the chin away from the chest, lengthen your neck, which is a really nice counter pose after doing a headstand to get some length again in the neck. It's important with your headstands to press into the forearms and lift the shoulders away from the ears so you don't have as much pressure in your head and neck. Lower down from your bridge and rest a moment. So either taking another bridge, or if you want to go all the way up, take your hands up by your ears, elbows point straight to the ceiling. Don't let your elbows splay to the sides. Come onto the crown of your head, line up your wrists under your elbows, and then start to straighten through your arms. As best you can, reach your tailbone towards the backs of your knees, press your chest toward the wall that you are looking at. So creating length. To come down, chin toward chest, lower down slowly, and then hug your knees in towards your chest, rocking a little side to side or make circles on your low back. Roll yourself up and down the spine once or twice or 3 times and come all the way up to seated. Sit up tall, bend your right knee in. So the foot's to the inner left thigh. Inhale, lengthen up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward, reaching for the ankle or the foot. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale to extend. Keep pulling your left toes back, so that'll keep your left leg nice and active. As you continue to lengthen your spine, soften your shoulder blades. Check in with how your body is feeling after all the work we've done so far. Inhale, head up. Exhale, release. Take your left leg out to the left. It's a little twisted. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left ankle. Reach your right arm straight up and keep it there. Or reach off to the side with your right arm and your left. If you can grab the foot, grab it. But try to keep rolling your chest up toward the ceiling. That's more important than reaching the foot. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, extend both legs out in front of you. And then bend your left knee, left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen once more. Exhale, extend. Try to lengthen the spine as best you can. So don't think about bringing your head right down to your knee and rounding your back. Think about extending your whole torso over your thigh. Pull your right toes back. If you're up a little higher, look at your right foot. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, release, and then extend your right leg out to the right. Bring your right arm inside toward the right ankle, leaning slightly forward and then lifting the left arm up and turning your chest open toward the ceiling. You can stay there with the left arm up, or if you can reach over, grab your foot, then take it. But don't grab your foot at the expense of rolling forward with your chest toward the floor. We want to keep rolling back so you get that really nice side stretch and a little twist in this one. Steady breath. Inhale back through center. Cross at your shins. We're going to do just a little bit of breathing. So inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Exhale it all out. We'll inhale for 4. So 1, 2, keep inhaling, 3, 4. Hold your breath in. 1, 2, and then exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. Pull the belly in. 1, 2. Release. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding in. 1, 2. And begin to exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze out the air. Hold it out. Pull your belly in. 1, 2. Release the belly. Inhale again for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull the belly in and up. Hold it out. 1, 2, and 3. Release the belly. Once again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking a little extra air. Hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze it out. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward and fold. That was a little bit of a pranayama practice. Prana means life. Ayama means to extend. So the breath is so important in our yoga practice to extend our energy, our life force. Sit up, change the cross of the legs. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch. Exhale, hands to the floor. Pull the heart forward. As you exhale, walk your hands forward any amount. Just folding over the legs, sealing in the benefits of our practice. Couple nice long breaths. Let everything soften around the shoulders and jaw. Inhale, make your way up. Exhale, bend the knees, lie down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And take your feet onto the floor. Shift your hips over to the right a little and take your knees off to the left. You can cross your left knee on top of you can cross your right knee on top of the left knee if you want to. Look over your right shoulder. It's a little supine twist, lying down twist. Nice long breaths into the twist. Start to lengthen again your breathing. Inhale, come back to center. Pick up your hips, shift them off to the left a little bit. Cross the left knee on top of the right if you want to. And take knees to the right. Turn, look over your left shoulder. So you don't have to cross your legs. It makes the twist a little bit deeper. See what you like. Couple nice, long, smooth breaths. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hug your knees in. Lengthen your tailbone down, lengthen your spine. Take your feet to the floor and extend the legs out. So in Shavasana, we want the shoulder blades to move down toward the waist. We want the low back long, so reaching your tailbone toward your heels. Your feet hips width apart, or maybe a little bit more, and let your feet just flop open. Bring your arms slightly out to the sides. Let your palms face up to receive. And then once you find your comfortable Shavasana position, really just let go and relax. Sink into the floor. Don't think about your breathing anymore. You don't really have to think about anything. Just watching the breath rise and fall at its own pace. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Our quote today is from an ancient text called the Upanishads. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Begin to deepen your breath. Make some movements in your fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, arms overhead for a nice long stretch. And then taking your arms back down by your sides, bend your knees, roll yourself off to the right. Pause a moment here, pausing for gratitude for all of our blessings. Make your way back up into a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. And just take a moment here honoring and respecting yourself, thanking yourself for taking your practice, taking care of your body, keeping it healthy, keeping your mind healthy. Bring your hands to your forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing today. Please subscribe and please tell a friend.